hypnosis is a natural state, meaning we access the state multiple times a day. We go in and out of that state not even knowing about it. Our sense of awareness in this world differs from time to time. You may be totally focused on something, or you may be distracted, right? Your emotional state plays a role as well. You are maybe mesmerized. People say mesmerized by a story. Well, Mesmer was actually one of the founding fathers of hypnosis, right? That's why we say mesmerized. Mesmerized means you're in the experience, and mesmerized by a story. You know, like people are sitting around bonfire and a good storyteller is telling them an amazing story and they're mesmerized. They're in the story. They feel something. They feel their emotions. They're totally in it. That is already hypnotic awareness, and it's different from your normal, regular, we call it waking consciousness. But that's an interesting concept, because when I say waking consciousness, it does not mean that hypnosis is sleep. And the term hypnosis may be a little misleading, because hypnos was a god, Greek god of sleep. But hypnosis is not sleep. You're always maintaining awareness in hypnosis. You can think in hypnosis, but you're in a different, neurologically speaking, in a different brainwave state. So hypnosis is associated with what's known as a alpha and then theta brainwave. So there is also beta, which is normal consciousness. It's about 13 to 30 beats per minute. It's measured in hertz. It's just an emanation of the brain that sends the magnetic wave, right? So it's going to be measured in hertz. So 13 to 30 of those beats per minute, that is the state we call beta, which is your regular conscious awareness. Now, as it approaches the lower band of beta, you go to 13 and below, which is actually between 8 and 12, that's known as alpha. That's already focused awareness, which is what's sometimes athletes call an experience of being in the zone, or to be in the flow state. You may have a different perception of time. You are not mentally or emotionally fatigued. You may be in that kind of like a tunnel, but it feels good. You're not forcing yourself. Like, you know this experience when you're engrossed in a book. You're reading this book, you're so engaged, and there's a point when you get over this hump where you kind of had to force yourself a little bit, and then you're there, you feel the emotions, you're totally in the story, and that's already hypnosis. You're in an alpha. You may go into slower alpha band and then theta, which is about 4 hertz to 7 hertz. That's theta. That's even slower. That's the state when it's similar to the awareness when you are falling asleep, but you're not asleep yet. You're kind of in a state of you're about to drift off, about to doze off, right? And you're still, the observer is still present. The conscious observer is still in you. You can sense and observe you're dozing off, but you're not out yet. And that transitional moment, normally it's very short, unless you're a seasoned meditator and you can hijack that moment, because some spiritual experiences happen in that moment that those people that are interested in, getting into the theta or even delta state, which is slower to do. There was a research done by many people, even scientists, on out-of-body experiences and, all kinds of remote viewing experiences. So something that we, science is only trying to comprehend. That happens somewhere there in that theta kind of band. So you go into that state and you're still aware of going to that state, but you remain conscious. That's not what happens when we fall asleep. But the transitional point, when you between conscious and unconscious, it's very similar to a deep state of hypnosis. So in the therapeutic work, in the hypnotherapy work that we're going to be doing in this journey, most of the work will happen above that point, because you want to be fully present in the experience. You're not asleep. You're absolutely able to communicate in hypnosis. You can talk, you feel your emotions, but the level of awareness is different. It's different from the chatterbox mind when you are, in the beta state and you're, in a very kind of distracted awareness. Distractions can also happen in hypnosis, because hypnosis is never a straight line. It's not like you're always in that focus state. Sometimes you may be focused on my voice so clearly, with totally undivided attention on my voice, and every word sinks in. But it's not always like that. There may be a time when your mind starts to drift. You're still in hypnosis, but your conscious awareness separates from your subconscious awareness. You're still aware of everything that I say, but in a less focused way. But then your attention goes back to my voice, and sometimes my clients ask me, oh, I drifted off. I kind of lost track of what you were saying. Did I miss something? Oh my God, I missed something. No, your subconscious mind is always open and receptive. That's why, by the way, they say, do not fall asleep watching TV. Even when you're going, let's say if you have a news channel on and you're, especially now, what's happening, in the world, and you're falling asleep to that, and your subconscious mind never shuts down. It's always working. You still absorb even when your conscious mind is out and asleep. So the subconscious mind is consuming the information still. So be careful not to fall asleep when something, is in the background, because you're literally contaminating your consciousness. But the point is, in hypnosis, it's never a straight line. All these examples I gave you are examples of the hypnotic awareness. Sleep would not be hypnosis. That's something else. And you don't want to be asleep. You're in that relaxed state. Now, hypnosis is not always relaxation. This is also another interesting thing. People think hypnosis is just a relaxed state. Well, meditation is a relaxed state. In hypnosis, you may feel angry. You may have an experience that tenses you up and you feel very angry because some kind of memory comes up. Well, guess what? You're still in hypnosis, but you feel a strong emotion. Another example of hypnosis, which is my favorite example, is watching a movie. It's just like the same thing as the experience of reading a book. When you are in that state, like I said a few minutes ago, when you're in that state when you're fully engrossed in the experience, right? You're totally engrossed in the experience. You feel all the emotions. You're in the story. When you're in a movie theater, you have the same experience if it's a good movie, right? So you're really in the story, even though everything that's happening on the screen is not real. And it's another example of hypnotic awareness, because when you're watching a movie and you feel the emotions connected to the movie, the content of the movie, you are by definition in a trance state. Think about it. You're watching a movie. You know consciously, with your conscious adult awareness, that whatever is happening on the screen is not real. It's totally fake, right? And you know the name of the actor, the actress, they make a lot of money doing this. It's all fake. Yet, if it's a good movie, you're in the experience, because your subconscious mind is going to experience all the emotions as if it's happening for real. And if you feel sad in the movie to the point where you tearing up and the real tears are coming out of your eyes, or you feel scared if it's a horror movie, your adrenal gland is producing real adrenaline and cortisol. Or you may be feeling angry if something unfair is happening in the movie, somebody gets shot, and you love that character, and you go, oh my God, I want to kill the guy who shot that person, even though whoever did that is just an actor, but you feel a real emotion, fury, right? Guess what? All of your emotions, whether it's sadness with tears, fear, or anger, are real emotions. Biochemically speaking, your body is reacting as if it's happening for real. Yet it's all fake. So how come you're having the experience? You're having the experience because your conscious mind is deassociated from the experience. It knows you're in the movie theater. At no point during the movie, you don't know that you're not in the movie theater. Same in hypnosis. At no point do you not know you're on hypnosis. You know you are, but you don't want to break the trance. You're in that state. Just like in the movie theater. Imagine if your conscious mind would tell you, oh, come on, this is all fake. Why are you crying? Or why are you so sad? So if that would happen, you would not have the experience. So it breaks you out of the trance. So that's why it's important. And this is probably one of the last things I'm going to say about hypnosis. It cannot happen without your conscious intention to have the experience. Hypnosis cannot happen against your will. And some people give me some examples of YouTube videos. Oh, that guy hypnotized someone they didn't know. And I will prove to anyone, because I've done this so many times looking at those videos, that no, I mean, I'm not saying it's fake, but there are certain, and I'm trained in doing all kinds of hypnosis, including some elements of stage hypnosis, which can be fun, but it's totally different from therapeutic engagement. And stage hypnosis also does not happen against the person's will. Whoever goes to the stage to be hypnotized in front of others, they know that they're going to be hypnotized, they want to be hypnotized, and they know that most likely the hypnotist will humiliate them, or maybe, let's say, not humiliate, but at least make fun of them. And they're open to that. A small percentage of people will be willing to do that, but guess what? Even smaller percentage of people can experience hypnosis on stage because they cannot let their guard down. Most people can't. From what I know, about 5% of people can actually experience hypnosis in front of people, in front of others. 95% of people cannot. I can't, even though I'm an amazing hypnotic subject and I go into the trance state very, very easily, but I need to have a reason. Going on stage and be hypnotized to cluck like chicken is not going to give me the reason, but to do therapeutic work, and I have my mentors and my hypno coaches and hypnotherapists that I work with as a client, I know why I'm doing this, just like you know why you're doing this. So you need to have a clear intention. I want to have the experience and know why. As long as you have that conscious intention, then hypnotic context is possible. Without it, I cannot do this work against your will, because hypnosis is not mind control. It's not brainwashing. So back to the movie theater example. You're watching a movie. So even before you watch the movie is an example of a hypnotic session. Really, it is, with your eyes open. Because when you buy that ticket, what happens is you enter into a contract in a way with the director of the movie where you say, you know what, I'm paying you 12 or 15 bucks. Hypnotize me to have the experience because I want to. You sit down, and if it's a good movie, you're going to have the experience, and you're going to cry, or you're going to laugh, or you're going to have real emotions. Your subconscious mind biochemically will experience your body, all of those physiological sensations. Your tears will be real. Your adrenaline, cortisol will be real, even though what's happening is totally fake, because your conscious mind has the intention to have the experience, and it's not going to interfere during the work. As long as you watch the movie, you get into this movie, and if it's a good movie, you will be in a trance state. And this is an interesting fact. If you would connect the oscillograph, which is a device that does the EEG, which is equivalent of the cardiogram of the heart, but this is kind of like a cardiogram of your brain in a way, measures the brain wave. If you would measure your brain wave activity with that device, you're going to be in a low alpha state. And that is the same as hypnosis. And that is the same state you're in when we're doing the hypnotherapy work. So it's just like in the movie theater. You know what's happening is happening in your mind. You know that, but your conscious mind does not interfere, so that you can have the full experience, not only with your mind, but with your body, because your mind and body is one system, so that we can do some transformational work with certain therapeutic outcome in mind. So remember, in hypnosis, you're always in control. You know what's going on. You're conscious, you're present. You cannot possibly do anything you don't want to do in hypnosis. You cannot say anything that you don't want to say in hypnosis. And in hypnosis, the more you do it, trance state is just like everything else. You learn how to access it at will. The easier it gets for you to access hypnosis quicker and quicker. Now, I'll finish with what I started. Hypnosis is a natural state. Hypnosis is a natural state. You go in and out of that state all the time, like, highway hypnosis. You drive a car in a highway. You go in and out of hypnosis all the time. You're focused on the road, then your mind drifts off for 2 seconds or for 2 minutes. You're somewhere else, but then you're driving again. Still, you're driving all the time, and you're looking at the road again, and you go, I don't remember exactly how I drove in the last couple of minutes. You're still driving. Your subconscious mind never stopped driving. It was doing it on autopilot, but your conscious mind deassociated from it. And it can happen multiple times. You go in and out of that state as you drive a car on a highway for a prolonged period of time. Same thing happens during the day. You go in and out of that state all the time. The difference is when we do hypnotherapy work, you learn to access that state at will. So you need to create that technique. So that's why we do certain process for you to access that state at will when we do the therapeutic work together. And when you do your self-hypnosis, you access it at will to do it on your own. So basically, in a nutshell, the more you do hypnosis, the easier it will be for you to access that state quickly within literally seconds.